I guess I hope this doesn't get delayed or anything. Oh yeah, what's up YouTube? This is Weird Station here on another edition of Anime Reactions. This is recorded, of course, first one. And on this edition, we're gonna go ahead and react to episode 4 of Kakushigoto, also known as Hidden Things. Um, from what we not much. There's not much to really follow in terms of a serious story. It is just more of like depicting, like, it is slice of life, so it's depicting like the sort of like meta comedy, that sort of meta comedy. I'm guessing that's the term for it, that I just found, that just came to me, combined with the Iyashike. I think that's what I think. Iyashike is a kind of another term to, or synonym for slice, or synonymous phrase, synonymous term for slice of life, or something like that. Um, I should have known that sort of thing better, but whatever. I mean, it's better. But this show is not. I don't think it's trying to really. I don't think the driving of it is more so the comedy. I don't know what people want to expect from that. I don't know. Like, I'm not so sure how you would not be. I think it is trying to make you connect with the slice of life parts, and knowing about the context of why this story is presented this way. I mean, it's already hinted, like, this is Hime, dealing with the fact that her father is gone, and frankly, I don't know what happened to him. I would assume he passed away, but or either I assume something happened to him, he went far away, or is maybe somehow in prison, or maybe he's like lost in that, lost or missing in action somewhere. I'm not so sure. They never made it clear. But although, if I wanted to make an assumption, I would think he passed away due to something. But I don't want to make too resolute an assumption there. So I'm just gonna hold off for now, and maybe they'll let us know, give us a hint as to know what really happened to him, in the present. But I like the wholesome moments, and Kakushi trying to, preserve his daughter's innocence and all, because she's his precious little daughter. And even though he has to work on manga, I mean, because guys like him, they have to do this stuff, that kind of sort of stuff, for a living. So they can't afford layoffs or anything of the sort. That's why you see in the pandemic. That's why you see in the pandemic right now. Some people will still be at the studios if they're open or not, and work as much as possible. Not just because they want to provide for the audiences who are still, unsure about the current, but also because they can't. It's their livelihood, and there's a reason. And you have to think there are how many people in there, and how much that contributes to the anime industry because of that. And it's not the easiest of life they have, but whatever. But I mean, it can work for us when the animation, it benefits us as viewers, but it is really a hard work. It's something they have to do. Like, it's their own one and only ways of getting by things. I mean, I've heard all talk about them not getting paid enough and all that, and hence why like only at most 20% of workers in Japan just stopped work, just agreed to stop working until like the whole state of emergency thing is passed, which is quite low of a sort of layoff or leave compared to everyone else compared to every other country in the world affected. So it kind of speaks to what he has to. So not really related to it, but it's a little bit of a sort of connect to why this guy is how he is, and why he's going about it. And I like the perks, his perks. How he tends to like guys like him, tend to overreact on things, and whether or not it's intentional or unrealistic or not, it still makes for a really good meta comedy, or what should I say, parody or fourth wall breaking comedy, I guess. I mean, they do make quite a number of references. Some I may not always get because I may or may not be familiar with certain franchises, shows, or certain parts of Japanese or even other foreign culture or something. I mean, I might not. I'm not going to always get all of those. I mean, that's a given. But I mean, at least as long as I can understand a good amount of them, that's fine. Now, the comedy's not trying to make you laugh out loud, but if you have a hard time connecting with this show because of how it presents itself, I really have. I'm not gonna say your taste is trash, but I'm going to question what your standards are with shows like this. Like, how much of it do you want, or is your standard like so fucking sky high, like maybe mine's to a certain degree, as to you can't accept anything from this, but you still watch anyway. But then again, that's also me too. So I don't. So whatever. But then like those people, many of those people don't have a good justification for that. At least I could try to explain. Like I said, at least I try to explain, even if I'm wrong, even if I end up being wrong or contradicting. I will try to explain. Some of those people are just like, I don't like it. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I will at least try to explain it, even if it doesn't come out the right way. But I like the show. I think it's the non-sequel anime of the season. I mean, if it maintains the identity that's already established so far. And it's nice, it's cute, and it's really wholesome, and it's really endearing too. I don't know how you do not get I don't know how you not enjoy what you see here. But anyways, so I'm pretty sure, and hopefully this GIF is still copyright free. Unlike some of the videos I had in the original account for some reason, because YouTube is dumb. Um, anyways, let's get this started. All right. So great. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Please don't get delayed, please. And fuck you, Funimation. I saw the simul dub for that one thing about the girls basketball anime, and it looked awful. I saw that tweet. I'm not so sure if you need that. So, well, okay, maybe you do need those when you're 13, depending on how girly you are or something. Did I just say girly? I'm sorry. You look back at this stuff like that, there's stuff in the box, and you're just wondering, how did I like this back then? Right? But they're precious memories nonetheless. Ooh, that's an empty look right there. What's she gonna find? I think she's gonna. I just wish Studio Agent was working only on this for one season and not Bookworm at the same time. They Bookworm could have been put off for another season or two, maybe even 3 if needed. Whatever business decision. Not like they expected that what to hit when they made that decision. I'm still trying to figure out what was the meaning behind like him when I'm playing grass and hers steps and then weeds start growing. I'm guessing the weeds just mean she's just growing up. I'm get I'm pretty sure or it could mean something else. That's what all rookies kind of go with. I think your daughter is not that old enough to just go out of her way to find out, unless if she gets too curious. I still doubt she's just gonna go that far. I don't know what kind of pen name he would, an alternate pen name she would go with. No, you'll. No, it's not that. That's not that. That's not that. If you considered what the kanji means, there's a reason why you'd like it. One would like it. Wait, what about the number of strokes is unlucky? Okay, okay. Adjust your. Wow, but he is an art. No, that's not good. Kasushi. Okay, good. What? Wow, just a slight, change, and I think it was in the I think it was the kanji, and you're just like, oh, you're just full of bad luck. Fuck. Yeah, people, please don't name your kids after anime or fictional characters, unless if you just really have no other option for some reason, and even then, I still call you out. Referring to a wait. How is he look? How is he wearing? How does it look like he's wearing tights? I don't trust her. Where does he start with though? Which one is gonna start with? Yami Kishi 07 at 7? 07, 07 at third? Wait, what? True. True. It's not like a username. It's a pen name, not username or email or. What in the world? What? Are you serious? Why are you corrupting this little? Why are you corrupting the little kid for, man? So we're just gonna let this rock. So we're just gonna let this rock like that. Like, okay. Please don't say. Please don't say it like that. Yeah, that doesn't usually end well. No, because you're infatuated. Of course. Look at your. Look at you mother. He's done. He's done. He is hopeless. No. He's done. He's a goner. Damn. No, that's something that's something really good to think about. That's really sweet. Oh yeah, referring to her. Oh yeah, referring to her mom, her late mom. Yeah, yeah. I could. Yeah, I could totally rock with their mom being the guardian spirit for watching them. That's a good way to think about it. I like to think about my grandfather looking over me, looking over us right now. Uh oh. Um, it's not that he's bad, but no, he's no. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. Don't. Just. Oh, okay. Trying to. That was just slightly offended. Komawari scared. What's Komawari mean? I, Koma and then Wari. If only they showed the kan. If only they recognized kanji, but the hero got it kinda better. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's only drawn characters and thought bubbles, not really backgrounds. Uh, I mean, it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad at all. Oh, you're wasting paper too. I mean, she could also think you're just a draw. You're addicted to drawing or sketching. Maybe. I mean, oh, you kind of have to hope she does thinks that way. Reopening old wounds. Trying to diverge from their from his main go to right now. Dude, don't you just press that guy just pressed the button way too far there. Oof. Uh, wait, she's the one. Oh no, she's the one from the previous episode. She's one of those girls from the previous episode that got. That has to be one of them. She has to be one of them. Great, great. Okay, she readily agrees because she's all in for it. She's all in for. Oh my god. Okay. She's the one that drew for the. What was that one? What was that one show again? Akage no An? Okay, maybe not the right show, but for your lessons and then like for your. Okay. What? That's not what she wants to. Oh my god, he actually does. Yeah, she does. It looked like if Kenshiro just cut his hair short and rubbed it down like. Yeah, they look like something from fucking JoJo or Fist of the North Star. Just watch, like they're gonna come up. I'm pretty sure they came up with some JoJo characters by that name, or maybe I remember, or maybe they did and they were I already saw them in shows, but I just don't remember in the shows, but I didn't remember them. Just because you're good manga writer doesn't necessarily mean you're good in an artist in general. Because you're an artist for the manga, not an artist, where you draw extravagant paintings and. Oh, you can't have that. So I'm just gonna teach your daughter how to draw. What a loving father though. A lion, elephant, and giraffe. Are you sure to? Just kind of thinking about it. Mm-hmm. But she doesn't know. Wait, a solo wedding? How does that work? You're right there. Oh no, they're gonna think about that. Like she's. She's like. Mm. Mm. So you gotta wait for them. Oh crap! You just instantaneously drew a manga like type. A manga tiger. Oh, yeah, did you have like that nocturnal? They do see really well at night. In the end, she was more like a supervisor, even though she still thinks she's the one on a date, and they don't know what to over fuck things. Aw, that's nice. That's really sweet. She didn't draw the tiger. She just drew how the tiger, what the tiger was looking, what the tiger was probably looking at. Yeah. How the fuck? How the? What kind of shit did you just go through to get injured like that? Bro, like we gotta get some intel on how this guy be doing. Like, there has to be an episode dedicated to that. Wait, did you just was that just a brainstorm? No, he got the example from. It was thanks to his daughter. Oh, okay. So something like Cloverfield, to where it's well, no, but it's not from a camera perspective. It's from a monster's perspective. That's actually really nice. Oh yeah, it does stand out, but who cares? Oh, that's comes with frames. Like, I'm not gonna pay 1,000 yen for that. In a way, it is. Hmm. That was a really nice, a little bit bittersweet part. Remembering about the late mother. All right. Okay. Yeah. For maybe the fourth time, I can kind of understand why some people may not like this, but I like it. I like that slice of life, that Yashike sort of thing. I don't like the half-hearted one, the half-hearted slice of life though. The ones that just feel like they're just cardboard cut out, plaster on, just have it with and have with it. Sometimes these turn out fine. Those turn out fine. Sometimes they turn out just very lacking of substance. I felt like there's something more to it because the whole father-daughter relationship, and also the what's it again? Some of the images, like the sort of the comedy that just comes with it, the daily looking into each and every daily lives routines, some perks, and the jokes that come with that, with those sort of aspects in daily lives. No, fisted. The fucking Hokuto no Ken, that Ken reference. Not that one. It's more like the look. Everyone gets their turn in the end. You're spending a night. It has to involve those those two other girls again. God damn it. Oh, okay. But yeah, yeah, I cannot. I'm not so sure how to really well, I can understand why, but I cannot see how justified when people say they don't like a show like this. I mean, the show is just probably not for you, or you're just expecting too much from it. But then again, I'm sort of guilty. Well, when it comes to the Tower of God part, that is something different because everyone was hyping the shittery out of it. Bad term, but to the point where I feel like, is this really supposed to be the masterpiece that you're supposed to tell? It's not good by itself. And I'm still looking at the show as something by itself, where I don't need to look at the source material to know how supposedly good or bad it is. I will, because it's not gonna work. Because and I may or not have made this example before. Usagi Drop. Anime was great. Was really good. Manga turned out awful in the end. You'll know what I mean when you yourself get into the manga for that one. Like, trust me, it's not good at all. But so this is why I cannot try to make a judgment on something based on whatever ties to the source material, like, unless if it's really needed. But you still don't want to say, oh, it needs to rely completely on the source material to be its own thing, to be good. Like, because if a show relies on the source material to be good, relies on the kind of source material it has, whether or not it's good or not, to be good, to supposedly be good, I cannot give props for that. I cannot give you the sort of the pass for that. And I've seen episodes where shows that prologues by themselves, that they just work by themselves without needing to really needing to rely on the rest of the iceberg in terms of the story to be good. Vinland Saga, Berserk, the original Berserk, not the crapsack CGI ones that a lot of you mainstreamers are somehow familiar with. Those are really good by themselves. You know what I mean? Even if the ending doesn't feel like something completely fulfilling, I mean, I can get by that. What's another example? Okay, I think I'm trying to come up with one. I know, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere. Maybe something like, Uh, it's like there's a lot. Maybe something like like Trigun. Maybe Trigun's is kind of a good example. I mean, I think it's great without needing to need to be that faithful to the source to the source material. I mean, because people saying like, oh, the manga is far better. This adaptation is not good because they weren't that faithful to the manga. No, it's still cool as hell. Like the theme by itself. Without me needing to know anything from the manga, I could tell that Trigun was a great classic. Like I don't need to. I don't need to have prior knowledge about a source material to enjoy a show. And even if it turns out to be just the little, only like a half or a part of a bigger story, I can still go with it. There's lots of shows where there's many shows out there where I've liked it for what it is, open ending or not. To where I don't need to know about the source. So I thought The Promised Neverland was pretty decent. Maybe not great, maybe not that good as it could have been, but I thought it was decent for what it presented. Because of how the whole they were locked away from the rest of the world to be just raised as live spoilers, to be raised, and then when they find, and then there's been trying to play all these, try to scheme a strategy or something, try to overcome that one particular villain. Well, I'm not gonna say she's a great villain, but she's a pretty decent one. But it presents that with the tone, the whole story, I guess contained story of that particular part of the overall story. I mean, when you look at the source material, but from what the adaptation did, at least from the second season, it was pretty good by itself. Now I don't know about if I'm really crazy about a second season, because from what I've read, it gets really draggy. It gets really generic, in my opinion. It's probably me just feeling like the story just feels low or just uninteresting, because now they're just trying to search for other civilizations out there, but it gets dragged on and on and on, and it doesn't feel like really enough progress has been given. But to be fair, I am far from up to date with that series. So there's just that. So yeah. Anyways, I mean, there's not much I really want to. I really want to go into detail about. I will just say that I guess I'll touch upon the drawing parts. Where Hime needs to draw for her class and all, and that she wants a bit of help on that. And Kakushi has to really be careful just not to reveal that about how the style draws, like to where he might accidentally reveal what kind of profession he has. And I like how he was just like, oh, you're just above, you're just above average, and it turns out like he hasn't been doing much backgrounds, and it's like for a while, because he's only been drawing like characters in thought or speak bubbles, I guess. But his artist instincts is just more for manga instead of just art in general. Because if you're gonna ask him to draw a painting or like a portrait, they're gonna look more anime like or manga like. I mean, you've already seen how it looked. I just liked how the whole stuff, when he was going around. So he was at that one, I think it's the art room, and that one young lady was trying, like that we've seen before, been talking, and of course she gets that misunderstanding, and then she's just, and then like he's thinking just like, oh, thank you for the lessons, thank you, you know, and then she's just like, thank you for the for your attention, your great for your attention, and it's just like for your participation, and like totally not on the same page here, right? The misunderstandings of that show. I mean, the part where what was the name again? I gotta see. Yeah, Ichiko or Roku or Ichiko, I guess I'll call her. Ichiko had that. She thinks she's on a date, right? But it's more so. But she ends up somewhere like someone just keeping a watch on those two while they're kind of doing their little father-daughter date, which is basically them just going around the zoo looking for animals to look, doing, checking out all the animals and finally selecting which one to draw. And she decided to select the tiger, but the tiger was in the cave, right? Now earlier, Hime brought up something rather bittersweet, that she's always thinking about, like, oh, the guardians, she always, because the association she had with that one person, about spirit, about worshiping a spirit, and then she just mentioned that she always wanted to think there was a guardian spirit watching over them, and then Kakushi just kind of got reminded of of Hime's late mother. And it's just like, yeah, that's not a bad thing to think about it, because she can think like the mom is the guardian spirit watching over those two. And and unfortunately, and the sad part about it is because when we see grown up Hime right now, you just gotta think that Kakushi probably did join the late mother up there in the heavens. I mean, we'd assume that would happen, but we don't know for sure what happened to him yet. But that was my bittersweet moment. And also, one more thing pertaining to the late mother again. What Hime ends up drawing is not the tiger itself, because the tiger was in the cave. She ends up drawing what she thinks the tiger is looking at, which is actually kind of nice. And then, of course, Kakushi thinks about what the late mom is, and then because if I remember correctly, the mom was the one who took the picture of them from back then for 1,000 yen, which I don't know why you need to pay for it. But she looked at that and she's just like, I wonder if this is exactly how she saw it back then. That was a really nice sort of touch to that particular segment. And I'd rather not go too deep into the other ones, because they're more comedy based, and I kind of rather talk about the other more heartfelt aspects of the show, because the comedy just kind of comes by itself, because it's not an easy thing to describe either, because it is sort of meta, and it is more of a sort of a parody. Well, not really parody, but it's more meta, more fourth wall breakings and all references, and so it's not a really easy thing to discuss. But in terms of the heartfelt ones, I at least want to try to touch upon whenever I watch an episode of this. Yeah. On that note, that's pretty much going to do it for this edition of Anime Reactions. This reaction. This is going to pretty much do it there for episode 4 of Kakushigoto. So smash that button if you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in getting notifications and updates, just hit the bell icon below. Also, check the links in the description of this video if you want to follow me on other social media platforms, as well as support me on either Patreon or PayPal, whatever. But on that note, guys, that will do it for this edition of Anime Reaction. So until then, this is the Radio Station signing off. See you next time. Take care, stay safe, and have a good day, guys.